Hello, hello to episode 5 of Winter Break series of painting. I'm Luba Carlson, I'm your host, and I'm going to start. So, the plan for today was to paint something vibrant and bright and pretty. And as I was getting ready for that, I opened a new bottle of paint and it spilled all over my shirt. So I had like a little bit of emergency cleanup, and after that, I figured, you know what, it's okay, and I'll just wear the apron because I've already ruined a few pieces of clothes. So I guess why I'm telling you this is because protect your clothes. Yeah. Okay. So my plan is to I'm gonna paint a little vase with a flower, and we're gonna do background wall and the table for it to sit on. And I'm not seeing my pencil. I had just kind of sort of organized a little bit on my desk so that I can see things as I'm working. And let me see, is there enough light? Let's see. I think this is a little bit better, maybe. I have another desk lamp that I can bring up here. So hopefully this makes it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna do my, you know what, I do not want it painted in the middle because that's kind of almost too simple, right? Not interesting at all. So I'm gonna break this into like 3 parts, and so my vase is gonna go here on a little bit on the side. It would be a little bit more interesting to look at. And I'm gonna do my table right here. Is this too much? Probably. Let's see. Maybe here. Yeah, because I want a tall vase. So my vase is gonna sit right here. I want it kind of tall. Okay. Here, and then maybe here. Okay. So I want like a flask shape for some reason. I can't explain why. So I'm just gonna sketch that, and so that I have that. Not very comfortable for me here because I moved my camera to the other side. I have a light over here, light source on this side. See how bright my hand is on that side, and my camera was casting too much of a shadow. So I moved my camera, but now it's on my right hand side and it's right under my hand. So it's kind of interesting to draw, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna bring this over here, and this is gonna be the vase for the flowers, or one flower in this case. All right, now if you're watching a replay, would you please hit the number 2 in the comments so I know that you're on the replay? And if you're watching live, say hello. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. I haven't done this earlier, but I'm going to do say hi and where you're from. Let's try and do this. Maybe this will work. Show. All right. And now this way I don't have to tell you guys all the time, but say hi. Just say hi. Okay. I'm not quite happy with how this came out, but that's we're gonna do something about it once we're painting. Okay. Let me see. Where is my eraser? I think I'm gonna have to use my pencil eraser here, but that's not a big deal. So I just like to have my basic lines, so I kind of have an idea of what's happening. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. So my goal is to make this as bright and pop into your eyes as we can. So what I'm gonna do, so my idea for my flower, I want my flower to be bright yellow and pink, and quite right on the opposite side of that are my yellows, I'm sorry, my blues and turquoise. So here's my blue, my turquoise, here's my blue, and that's what I'm gonna use today. And I'm gonna use the old credit card. I cut it in pieces. So this is like a quarter, I think. 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is a quarter of the credit card. And then I have one that's even smaller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some paint with this and I'm gonna push against, and I'm gonna create texture, and I'm gonna work all the way around the vase that I have here, and I'm gonna stop right here where my table is. Okay. So I was gonna use Prussian blue, cerulean blue, and I have neon blue, very bright colors. And I have some turquoise to set it off. It's actually called Sea Breeze, but I call it turquoise. It's probably more of what's that other one? I always get mixed with them. Teal. It's probably more of a teal. Okay, let me get a sip of water. All right. So I'm just gonna start with dropping dots of different colors onto my wall, kind of randomly. I do not want any rhyme or reason to this. Okay. So this was Prussian blue. I have to check so I don't lie. Cerulean blue. You can use any colors. You can use any paints. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I have one of those little tips here. This is water. That's perfect. The idea is not to drop it. So I have one of these here. So I'm gonna put it onto my big bottle of paint. And hopefully, yep. And this will help me not to make a huge puddle when I'm setting this paint on it. So, oh, there was a little bit of water left in there. Let's see. There. Good. Blue. See, it's very close to this cerulean blue. So this is good. Where is my other box? Hold on. It's right there. Of course it's right there. Hold on just a sec. Yeah, I have more of these. So, and of course I just thought about it. I didn't think about it while I was getting ready. Okay. Yes, so these come with foil in them. See, I need to pull this out. And why I did this is because I want to add some white, and my white flows way too fast out of this huge bottle. So I'm just gonna add a tip to it. Ta-da! Here we go. Go white, 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 not too much. And some turquoise. There's a lot of color happening on this page right now. But I'm excited. This is gonna look great. Nothing on the vase though. Okay, I think this will work. So I'm just gonna use the old credit card. Okay, this is about a quarter size. Push it on and drag. Okay, and so I'm just and I already have my hands covered in paint. I don't know how I do this kind of stuff. Push and drag. Okay, and there is lots of paint left over, so I'm just gonna go the other way. Just push and drag. And I'm gonna go back to make sure that I don't have, that I have like it all covered. There. Just go maybe a little bit faster. Once you get the hang of it, once you know what you're trying to achieve here, just stop at the table line. Maybe, yes, avoid the vase. Try not to blend colors together too much. Where's my table line? Right here, go up. So I'm just going back, I'm seeing where there is like a lot of paint, and then pick it up and then reuse it in the spots that still need to be covered. And just go back and bring it all in the right direction, just the way we want it. And that is a background. Okay. Here we go. And then I'm gonna use the same credit card. I did kind of push on it real hard. I think it's gonna break on me, but that's okay, I have extras. And so now I have this table that I want to also have texture. So I'm gonna start with white here. I want the table lighter than what we have here. So I'm just gonna add white, 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 white. And I'm thinking I'm gonna add this teal color. A lot. Kind of a lot. And now I'm gonna add, where is it here? This neon blue, like bright blue. I am not gonna put any darks in here, so I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna like add it in kind of sort of a little bit of a pattern. just like that. And now we're going to sweep in a different direction. So before we went up and down, right? And now I'm just going to go from right to the left. And I'm going to use a smaller size. So before I use this one, and I'm going to use that one. I have company. What do you need, hon? Didn't you already have one? Go ahead. Okay, so no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to be swiping. I said from right to left, but that's going to be left to right. That's like, it's more natural motion to me. So where do I start? I'm going to start right next to the vase. I'm just going to start moving the paint. And I'll probably start going the right different direction also to just kind of help all of this move. Oh. Something like this. There. Okay, now I do not want all this. There's a lot of paint on here. I do not want it. It's too much. A little bit too much. So I'm gonna grab my paper towel right here. Fold into like this. Just put it on here. And I'm gonna let it soak up some paint. And it will also help me create the texture. I'm being careful not to rub the paper towel onto the wall. The wall is perfect. The wall is just where I want it. Okay, just peel. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like this. This is good. All right. Okay. So if you do not know, I'm teaching this for winter break to just have like a boredom buster. Some of us really, really need it. And I will start teaching classes on Paint Along Monday page on the 11th. It's going to be a weekly Paint Along class. Here, let me give you the link where to find that. You can find it right here. Facebook.com Paint Along Monday. There's, I think, at least 2 classes I already posted. So if you would like to join and you do not want to miss the class, I recommend that you go there and like that page. Make sure that you follow that page. I'm just using white right now. Make sure that you like that page and where was I? And follow, yes, so you get all the notifications. Because unless you do that, even if you say, like, you have to RSVP going to the event to make sure that you will get notifications. And I will be live in the event and it will stream or broadcast on the page also. And it will also broadcast to the to my very, very small YouTube channel. I'm just trying to accommodate. So I'm dragging in a little bit of blues from the wall to just kind of there. Because Maybe a little bit too much blue, but that's okay. We can always add a little bit more white to this, but I think this is where I want it. And I'm simply wiping my brush back on white on the paper towel. I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna need to add more white to this, but that's okay. Oh, picked up a little bit too much blue. So what's awesome about acrylics is that if you don't like what you're seeing, you can just paint right over it. Okay. Ah, la 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 la. Going back to my comments so that I could see if anybody said hi. Okay. All right. Let me dry the brush, get some more white on it, and I'm gonna start going white from the other side. Other side, and then a little bit more white closer to the edge because I just want a little bit of shading. I do not want like a whole lot here, just a little bit. And maybe keep the like a smiley face motions so that it will suggest that the vase is not like it's not flat. Yeah, it has some volume to it. I'm gonna let this try and lift this. Probably not gonna work very well. Okay, well, I guess more white will go on that area. We'll see how this goes, right? Yeah, I kind of like it. What do you guys think? So at the moment, I'm kind of ready for the flower. And I know at first I said that I was just gonna put one flower in, but I think it's gonna be more than that. So what I'm seeing here, I see like lots of paint, and that's great for texture if that's what you want. But at the moment, it's not quite what I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use just a dry brush, and I'm just gonna drag it from top to bottom. See, it picked up some paint. And I'm gonna take that paint and dab on the paper towel, and then use the same brush and do this again. Whoops, and hopefully not hit my camera so much. So, and the other way, and the other way, wiping down my brush every time I go the other way. And it also kind of creates extra texture, like you see, like it adds another layer of paint. Whoop, stop hitting the camera, Luba, right? Okay, going back, and I think I'm good with this. Yeah, okay, wash the brush. I try to wash my brushes right away because otherwise I forget and I get like, involved into something else and then whoopsie daisy. Well, I keep hitting the camera, sorry you guys. Okay, here we are. I do not want to do anything to the table. I just like it the way it is. So I'm gonna run the hair blower. And when I do that, I mute myself. So I do this and I mute. Unmute myself. Hide that. Okay. If you're enjoying this, please do that. We're not allowed to say these things out loud anymore. Did you know that? So I will really, really appreciate if you do this. Okay, moving on. Adding flowers. What am I going to do? You know what I forgot? I completely forgot the green, but that's no big deal. No problem at all, because I have these two puppies. So here, let me skip back to comments so that I can see if somebody says something. So I have this Naples yellow, but I think that's what I want. I don't think that's what I want. I want that mid yellow. That will work much better. Yeah. Okay, have mid yellow. I don't need much, so it's just like a tiny. This paint goes like forever. If you're using artist quality paints, you don't need a lot at all. Okay. So let's see if this can bring us to the yellow that I want. Let me grab a brush. And I sometimes use this. This is just a water mister. And it kind of, see the drops of water? It makes it so easy to pick up a drop, just a drop of water, and get the paint. And like, it makes it so much easier than going back and forth and trying to bring the water on the brush. It's great. Okay, some yellow to this. And it should be turning into green, which, how do I turn this so you can see? My green is much brighter than what I'm seeing on the screen. It's much greener. But this is roughly what I want. Let me add a little bit more of blue to this because, you know what, I'm going to use all of this blue because I want more realistic color. And I think this looks great. So this is green, that's great. We have that now. And of course I messed up all my yellow. Can I save some? Will I save it? Yep, I was able to pull some out. So I'm going to use this messy yellow to kind of sketch my flowers on. Okay. So I'm going to do maybe one. I did want just one, but I think a 3 or something like that would be better. So I'm going to put one over here. And this is just a shape. It means nothing except for the line for me to know. And then the one on top here, I'm gonna go all the way here like that. And I'm gonna put one. Ugh, got a messy thing. Okay, maybe one right here, maybe more round. What do you think? Is 3 enough? I think 3 is enough. Okay. I want to add another one right here. Like that. Okay, and now I'm just gonna use this really watered down yellow to make a little bit of a base. A little bit of the base so that we have some undercolor, so it's not just blue that we see through it, right? Because when you look at the flower, there's more than just one shade goes on, right? That's more than you can't see through the flower and see the wall usually. I did see, I don't remember what they were called. I saw that picture on Instagram a long time ago. But those flowers, they're like see-through, they're like glass, and they're real. They were like made of ice or something. They were gorgeous. Of course I can't remember what they are, and of course I can't remember where I saw them. So maybe someday I'll see them again. Usually you just need to put up this desire, right? I want to see this again. And usually that's how it happens. Okay, now I'm adding a little bit of white to this whole thing. My white is getting more color to it. So yellow is very translucent color. It's not opaque at all. And so to make it stand out, you kind of have to make make it happen, right? You kind of have to set the underwork for it, kind of, sort of. Yeah, this is what we're doing. And there's like no rhyme or reason with how we go with this right now. It really doesn't matter at all. Just kind of add the colors. Okay. Just adding white to this. Now, with the others, I started from the outside and I painted into the inside, and here I'm starting from the inside and going on the outside. It really doesn't matter right now. Okay, I want a little bit more white here so that I have excuse me. Okay. My brush, I love this brush, but it's old and I left it in the water more than a few times and it's peeling and it's dropping the things like the peels of paint, and that's unfortunate. It's very sad. Oh, you know what? I kind of got myself into a pickle here because I wanted to do a pink flower and oh, you know what? I'm gonna use both. We're gonna use both pink and yellows. It'll be cute. It'll be gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm using rounded strokes with the same white. Just kind of keep building that background for the flowers. There. And they are not roses. I think they're called ranunculus, if I remember correctly. Gosh, I love them. They are so cute. Yeah, but I can't grow them here in Texas. It doesn't get don't get right conditions for that. Grab a tiny bit of water. There we go. Okay, so that's the base for the flowers. Let's rinse out the brush. And our next steps are going to be laying the color down pretty heavily because we want to see the color. So I'm going to be using Deco Art Canary Yellow. Canary, something like that, right? Not a lot, but about a small blueberry size. And I have peony pink here, also Deco Art Americana. You can use any paints you like. These just happen to be in my box. You see how much I have here? Not at all, not much at all. Okay, so I'm gonna go with yellow, and I'm gonna start creating these overlapping petals inside. This one gets 3 because it's round. And maybe this one will get 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna add more yellow. Just kind of bring it all around. So if there is a gap like between the petals, that's what I use to get into, because these flowers are very full. They're not, what's the word? I don't know. Can't think of it right now. Can't think of the word. There. My poor brush keeps falling apart on me. I know how to fix it. I just need to sit and do it. Okay. Now, same messy brush. Dip in the pink. And then we're just going to add pink, and it's going to work all together. Kind of make this nice and bright color mixture that we can use with petals. Just keep going, making those rounded shapes until this whole area that we've prepped for the flower, till it's all filled in. Just keep doing that. Moving on to the next. And I'm just going to see if I can use what's on the brush. Oh, yellow. I grabbed yellow, but that's okay. All right. Now, bring some more petals to the side of the flower that's facing you. That will make, okay, you need to kind of close that up a little bit. That will make sense when, as you're looking at the flower, because that's what you see. And here, like more, add more petals. And more on here. Okay, looking good. Here, let me turn off the other light and maybe it will show better on the screen. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think this shows much better. It's not as shiny, so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm gonna still use the same tiny brush, and I'm gonna use my green that I've mixed right here. And now that I look at it next to my flower, I want to add more yellow to this. It's not, looks like I want to add a lot more yellow to this, honestly. Nope, still not happy with this. Hold on. Let's add more yellow that we used before, the mid yellow. Just right on there. See, I'm gonna grab a little bit more water to this. Bring more water. Okay, let's. There we go. Yes, that's what I want. It's more of a closer to lime, I think, more yellowish green. Okay, and I'm gonna start from here and go into the vase and go inside and just stop. Don't go all the way down. Stop midway somewhere so it's like hanging in the air. Oh, do not put your hands on your paintings though. Here comes the other. Need more water in this. Doesn't flow. This paint doesn't want to flow. So this is how I'm using this water. See, it's right here. I do not need to go back and forth with my rinsing water and all of that stuff. Okay, go down, stop somewhere, grab the other. I think I'm gonna go here. Okay, and one more from here to like here. It doesn't matter really. It's all good. Okay. I want a little bit more of yellow. With the tiny bit of green that I have left here. I just want lighter green. Much lighter and more yellow. Okay. And I'm just gonna add this on the top. On just one side of our stems. And then make sure it doesn't get like crossed like that, just a little, just a highlight. Okay, I need this to be dry now, so I'm gonna turn on my hair dryer. And when I do that, I mute my microphone, and I also put this up so that everybody knows what's going on. Yeah, unmute first. Okay, done with this for now. All right, time for some white. We're gonna fix that vase so that it looks white. Just a bit of white, and I am still going to be working with my tiny brush. So I'm going to put some white on this brush, which has been cleaned. Now it's full of white, so I'm going to bring this white back to just kind of show that, hey, there is a vase here, and I'm going to use this white to kind of crisp up my edges a little to help with it to stand out. Just help it a little. And around here, so that it has its body, right? It's not like a what do you say? It's not a ghost or something. It's not just hanging here. Okay, this part needed another coat. Cross needs another coat. That's all good. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can, yeah, pick up that little piece that just fell off of my brush. I really need to fix this brush because it's one of my favorites, and I do not want to go look for another. Okay, all the way up and down. Just kind of make it. Okay. And then vases, they are round, so we're gonna round it up over here, so on the bottom, so it's not all like square-ish. There. Maybe gonna add, so if it's right here, it's probably somewhere here. Just add the bottom to this little vase. And do not paint the stems with white. The stems are hanging, so we want to avoid those stems. There we go. And so first I'm gonna add highlights for the glass. Just like that. Just a few, doesn't need to be anything major. And then a couple going maybe from here. And then I'm gonna add some more to highlight the shape, just from here down. And that's okay that we don't see the stem through it. Then some on the bottom. And then a little bit here up on top. So just kind of, can you see? That's glass. Maybe add, just fix that a little bit more. There, like that. Okay. And my next step is going to be, we're going to add a little bit of a shadow. So the way, let me think, maybe we should, hold on. So the way the light comes, it comes from here. Let's add more, let's add the highlights for our flower. Just a little bit of lights just on the top, like pretend that the light comes from the left upside, okay? And just add whites there. They will mess up, they will kind of get messed together with the pinks that we have here and the yellows, because they're not dry just yet. There's too much paint, but you do want to add some whites just to make it look right, because just follow the petal shapes, just do it on one side, and maybe just a tiny bit on this would make sense, right? If the light comes from here. Yeah, I kept looking at it and like, okay, what else? What else? This is good. This is good. All right, so we have teal here. So I'm gonna use teal, and I'm gonna add a little bit of that, if I remember correctly, what we used here. No, this one, Prussian blue. Like less than a drop. So I'm just gonna go into the tube and pick up just a drop. See, I'm not even gonna put it on there. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna mix these three colors, the cerulean blue, a bit of teal, a bit of white, because I'm gonna make a dark shadow. We're gonna paint a shadow. So the light comes from the top top left. So see how shadow kind of comes through, right? So I'm gonna pretend that my hand is, oh, the light is from a different angle. Let me turn. Gonna pretend, yes, like this, right? And so the shadow from this vase is gonna fall on here, just like that. And we're just gonna paint the shadow. Because there's gotta be a shadow. Something like that. I have more water on here just to water this down so that I can. Yeah, and just bring it all the way down. There we go. Just like this. Okay, well, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you tried to paint it. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of a tiny highlight here in between the stems. Just kind of adds a little bit of life to it. So they're not just there. I think that makes a big difference. All right, let me know what you think about this. Please do let me know if you painted it, if you followed it step by step. But yeah, this is done. What I really like to do to kind of finish the painting, I like to add my, that's a big brush for this, so well, it'll work. My initial, of course, should have used the liner, the tiny one, but that's okay. And I'm gonna get all the tape off, and we can see what this looks like with crisp edges. I really like doing that. Okay, it's really satisfying. Here, let's grab that. Oh no, it's peeling paper. I still have to find tape that doesn't peel paper. Like I've tried artist tape, I'm using painter's tape here. Still kind of pulls the paper. Okay. It does help to go slowly and keep a 45-degree angle, but sometimes it doesn't even help. Ah. Okay, last one. There. All right. Is this cute or what? I think it is. Hold on. I'll try not to drop anything. Okay, bringing this up a little. Bring my camera up a little so that you can see the whole thing in all its beauty. There. There we go. All right, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I see somebody said something. Hold on, let me see. Jenny says, thank you. You're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. All right, go find me on Designs by, oh my gosh, it's not, I've changed that. Never mind. Go find me on Luba Carlson Artist or Paint Along Monday. Okay, and I will see you around. Bye. Oh, Alice, you're welcome. I'm so glad you made it. You could watch. See you around.